Hey guys, so in 2017, Modi came to visit us in Israel, and a couple of months later, Binyamin Netanyahu, flew to visit India. So this time, I'll be reacting to his speech in India. He was flying there with his wife Sarah. Yeah, so let's see what he has to say.
Prime Minister Modi, Narendra, thank you for your exceptional friendship and hospitality that you showed me, my wife, our delegation. I was deeply moved today in the celebration, at the ceremony. It was an expression not only of the honor you showed me, but the honor you show the people of Israel and the state of Israel. You are a revolutionary leader, in the best sense of the word revolution. You are revolutionizing India. You're catapulting this magnificent state into the future, and you have revolutionized the relationship between Israel and India. I'm the son of a historian. Our peoples have had thousands of years of history. India and Israel are two of the most ancient civilizations on earth. And yet, it is an amazing fact that until you visited Israel, no leader of India in 3,000 years of our own sovereign existence and our history has visited Israel. You are the first leader of a state, of an India state, to do this. So it was a groundbreaking visit. It excited the imaginations of all Israelis, and of course of the many Israelis of Indian descent, of origin, who came and were, how shall I say this? Well, I thought I was in a rock concert, but it was a historic event as well. We are ushering today a new era in our relations. We've had diplomatic relations for 25 years, but something different is happening now because of your leadership and because of our partnership. There are three things that bind our countries together. The first is that we have an ancient past. The second is that we have a vibrant present. And the third is that we are seizing together a promising future. We are proud of our past, our rich histories, our people's contributions to human civilization in language and literature, in mathematics and medicine, in philosophy and faith. The greatest texts that human beings produced are in Sanskrit and in Hebrew. None greater and none more enduring. And we never forget this. More recently, you mentioned just a century ago, brave Indian soldiers played a vital role in the liberation of the state of Israel and the land of Israel. This led to our independence. And yesterday I was again deeply moved as we paid tribute to these brave Indian fighters and commanders who gave their lives in that historic fight. We honor their memory as you mark today Indian Army Day. We are proud of our present, of our resilient democracies. Our people are free to say what they want, do what they want, believe what they want. And these values and our diversity are not a source of our weakness, but the source of our strength. Evidence of this abounds in India, where you hear a symphony of dozens of languages and dialects, and where Jews, and you mentioned this yesterday, Prime Minister, you mentioned the fact that makes India stand out in the community of nations, because over 2,000 years, the Jews of India have never experienced anti-Semitism as our people experience in so many other lands. This is a tribute to your civilization, to your tolerance, to your humanity. Israelis and Indians are bound by the kinship of free peoples, but I believe that democracy cannot be taken for granted. Despite the doubts, despite the challenges, India and Israel are living proof not only that democracy works, but they demonstrate something deeper, the intrinsic value of freedom, which I believe is the intrinsic value of life. Citizens thrive. Ultimately, it is the free citizens who thrive because they are free and when they are free. Finally, we are proud that we are seizing the future so we can make a better life for our peoples and for others around the world. Our commitment to do so is reflected in the manifold agreements that we signed today, in cyber and aviation and energy, even in cinema. My wife and I are very happy that we're going to Bollywood. We'd like to see it firsthand, and so many other areas. Israel is a fountainhead of innovation. It's a global force of technology. India abounds with creativity, with ingenuity, with scientists, with mathematicians. And I think that when we join our respective talents together, we can achieve tremendous things for our people. We can actually achieve, you say we want more. Prime Minister Modi and I are the same. We want more for our people. We want it now. We want it yesterday. But one of the things that Israel brings to this world of innovation is that we achieve more with less. More crops with less water. More energy with less expenditure of money. More with less. We want more, a lot more, and we can do that even more productively by cooperating. When you and I walked shoeless along the Mediterranean shore, we drank seawater that was purified before our eyes, using technology that will save untold lives. India and Israel are working together to provide clean water, to increase crop yields, to keep our people safe from terrorism and other challenges to the future we both seek. You mentioned the areas, agriculture, where I presented to Prime Minister Modi an idea of revolutionizing Indian agriculture as we're revolutionizing Israeli agriculture. Precision agriculture that goes down to the individual plant. Some plants need more water, some less. We can see it today with big data, with drones, with other instruments of technology to make farmers produce much more crops with less. We're talking about cooperation in science and technology in every field, and we're talking about cooperation in defense so that our people are always safe and always secure. Indians and Israelis know too well the pain of terrorist attacks. We remember the horrific savagery in Mumbai. We grit our teeth. We fight back. We never give in. My friend, last night, you again showed us your tremendous hospitality. And when you hosted Sarah and me at your home so graciously, it was brilliantly lit, illuminated by the national colors of India and Israel. And I thought at that moment about your honesty, your passion, your vision, your commitment, and it fills me with hope that this new era of India-Israel relations will bring unprecedented benefits to India, to Israel, to all humanity. And finally, and this is perhaps the most important statement that I can make here, my friend Narendra, anytime you want to do a yoga class with me, it's a big stretch, but I'll be there. Test me. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, my friend.
I really like the fact that, I think I already said it, but the fact that this was not just like a polite visit. I mean, they actually talked about stuff and they actually made the stuff they're talking about. Right now, they're still working on the same stuff they've been started to work on, and this is incredible. I love to see how people actually like doing what they said, and like Bibi, like Netanyahu said. We call it Bibi. You guys call him Netanyahu. I don't know why this is so different, but the same guy. But he said that India and Israel has a long history, which is true. We even have the same people try to, rule us. I mean, the British people were like trying to conquer our land and to conquer your land. That was also something that is really interesting to see how much we are similar in like so many ways. Of course, our languages, our writing is also something so old, and it's really interesting to see how much similarity we have and how much we're actually continuing to work towards having more similarities in the future, which was absolutely great. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for suggesting me to react to this whole Netanyahu and Modi. Yeah, and I'll see you next video. Bye guys.